My name is Ronielle Maranan, and this is my project 2, Medieval Defense. This is option 2 for Professor Chen's class. Option 2, okay, overview. Design a tower defense game set in medieval times where the player defends their castle against waves of invading enemies. As a defender, you must strategically place one or more defensive towers, upgrade them, and manage resources to prevent enemies from reaching your castle. Progress through multiple levels and face increasingly challenging enemy forces. Core requirements, event handling, towers using polymorphism, enemies XP and upgrades, player actions, victory and game progression, and save and load feature. Okay, now I'm going to show you the code. So first we have our tower class. Like I said earlier, the towers, the magic cannon and arrow tower all inherit from the tower class. Uh, These are the variables. They store your costs, damage, attack speed, range, and level. These are protected because they all inherit from it. Current target helps keep track of the target basically, and it stores the target that they're currently targeting. They can only target one at a time. Float. This just helps calculate the distance or the range of the tower, and if the tower can even attack the enemy. Here you have a default constructor, a destructor, attack attack function, upgrade function, and print stats function. They're all virtual because they all are different depending on the towers. Get range just returns the range. It just helps get the range of the tower, and the level helps get the level of the tower. It says position. It just helps you put them, and then helps you put it down, and or help you put them at a certain index. And in range just helps. It's just a helper function that helps you check if they're in range with that enemy. Arrow tower. It's fast. Uh, it does not do a lot of damage, and it is cheap. So pay cheap. And they're only single fire, or they're only a single target. The cannon tower. It attacks. It does target one enemy, but it can do splash damage. So if you do to what is it? Enemies that are surrounding it. That's it. Magic Tower, this one's pretty unique. It does decent damage. It has a decent attack speed, and it does splash damage too. Or no, it doesn't. It what is it? It slows down the enemies it hits by 10% permanently. So it's pretty good. That's your enemy class. Protected. These are our protected functions: health, speed, armor, and the location, the speed, the step, and the game map. They all inherit all the different enemies types and inherit from these protected variables. So, or all store these variables. So, yeah. First, we'll have a constructor for our enemy class, and then our destructor. Void, move. They all inherit it from it, so that's why it's virtual and void, especially damage taken. Get X and get Y return the location of the enemy, and then get health just helps you calculate the health remaining from taking damage, from taking this. Yeah, it helps you calculate it. Take damage. It takes the damage from the tower classes that they do, and then yeah, it just uh, deals. It just subtracts whatever damage is from the health. Increase stats. Based on the wave number, it just increases it so that as the wave numbers increase, you'll fight harder enemies. Apply slow is unique to only the to enemies hit by magic tower, so that when they get hit, they're slower. Fast enemies are fast, but they do take a lot more damage and they have lower HP. Armored enemies, they have higher HP and have more armor, but they are really slow. Boss enemies, they're slow. They have a lot of armor. They have a lot of armor and HP, but and if they do reach your base, it's basically just an immediate game over. That's your game class. We store the resources, the base health, and the wave number, especially the game map. And these vectors, they store the enemies of for this. So enemies basically stores the waves, or not the waves, but the enemies for that wave, for that specific wave. And towers stores the information for the tower, for the towers in your that you have. Now I want to go game CPP. So the game will always start you off at 500 resources, base health of 100, and at wave number 1. It'll ask you if you want to load or start a new game. If you start a new game, it will automatically prompt you to bring to game loop or to the function game loop, and it'll state your resources, whether a boss is incoming. I'll explain that later. And more importantly, if you want to add, upgrade, or remove a tower. And you have all this. I'll show you later. But until you say no, it'll basically keep prompting it until you just say no. Now, once you start the wave, well, until all the enemies are dead, or until they all just reach your base or something, you'll basically keep playing. And they'll also update you on their health and where they are to your base. This is for the boss, but yeah, I'll tell you where they are. If they reach your base, it'll state your base health, and if the base is destroyed, it'll just game over. And this just ensures that when they reach your base, they're deleted. So now it's the upgrade and place towers. Place tower. You'll be given a choice of arrow, cannon, or magic, and where you want to put them. And then if there is a space there, it'll place it successfully. Remove tower. Ask you the location of the tower you want to move, and then it'll free the memory and remove the tower from the vector. And it'll refund you 100 resources. Upgrade the tower. Same thing as the other tower. The other functions I just went over. I'll ask you for the location. It'll upgrade the tower at that location, and if there is, it'll ask you to confirm. And if you don't have enough, it'll basically prompt you these print statements. It'll ask you if it'll say tower not found or upgrade cancelled. View stats. It'll just print the stats of the tower that you want at that location. Now, is boss every five waves? There's a boss, so be up for that. Spawn wave. It basically spawns. This is basically the enemies. It spawns in armored enemies, fast enemies, and every 5 rounds, boss enemy. Move enemies. It just moves them based on their step and their speed. Remove dead enemies. It just if you kill an enemy, it'll just remove them from the vector so that it's not just leaving them there. The print map displays the map from a game map object, and yeah, that's basically it. After you get through a wave, it'll prompt you to either save, continue, or quit. And if you save, I'll show you later that it'll prompt this function. I'll show you that later. Continue, it'll just start the loop over, and quit, it'll just say game over. Now, I'll explain a random event too. There's a chance for there to be a merchant that gives you 500 resources, a rainstorm that slows down enemies, and a builder that repairs your base. Save game asks you what save file you want to save it to. Don't include txt. And then when you save the file, create a file here, and then you can load that anytime you want. After that, you can load the file or load the game. You can load the game from that save file. Don't include txt. Now load it this way. You load your towers, your upgrade, your resources, your base health, your wave number, and what upgrade or what levels those towers are. Now it's the map. Let me pull up the map CPP. The map will always be a 2 by 10, so it's basically just a straight road, and enemies will traverse it from left to right. Now, you have a default constructor. Now we have a place tower, which determines whether you want to place that tower on the map, and if it's a valid location. And when it does place a tower, it will also mark it as a T, as tower. On your map, get path just gets a path of the step of the enemy. This is just how the enemies basically traverse the map. Remove a tower from the map. If there's a tower there, so stop with the no PTR. It will clear the spot and set it to no PTR, which is basically just the way. Alright, so I'm going to show you a little demo of the game. So we don't want to open this to well. I just type in these commands to manually start the game. So yeah, let's get started. So I would like to start a new game since I don't have a save file. I see we have 500 resources and I don't have any towers up. I'm gonna add tower, arrow, at index 0, and on the top row. I'd like to add a tower since it costs 500 to upgrade. I don't have 500. Add cannon, since cannon's pretty good. Add 1 and 30. There we go. Since there is a space there, it's gonna add it. And then add. And I'm adding one more cannon tower because I have enough. That's 1 and 70 on the bottom row. If you have no resources, I'm just gonna start with. Okay. So wave 1 starts with 5 enemies. Arrow tower only attacks 1 at a time. Cannon towers, they attack all. They attack 1 at a time, but they also attack the surrounding enemies, so it's pretty good. And now that we continue wave, I'm not gonna upgrade anything, so I'm just gonna continue. And yeah, this looks like we're doing pretty good. So I'm just gonna continue. They're hitting the base, so my towers failed to kill these guys, so yeah, it deducted health from my base. I'm gonna upgrade tower here because I do want them to be better. I'm gonna upgrade the cannon tower at index 1 and on the top row. Confirm. There we go. And now I'm just have to wave. And we're losing. So yeah. So 300 resources. I'm gonna get a, and since it is a boss incoming, I'm gonna add a magic tower just to add all 3. 0 and on the bottom row. So then these are our towers, and now we will just see them. There you go. And we did get a random event. A random storm slows down enemies, makes them easier to kill. And yeah, that's it. I do want to save my game, so I'm gonna save. I'll just save it. Save 1. Save 1. There you go. Now I'm gonna start this over just so I can load it and show you that it works. Like load game, and then I'll say save 1. And there we go. These are our towers we just had. Yeah. And that's it.